Hello everyone, welcome to Red Sky City Cyberpunk Conspiracy. This is episode 6 of our campaign. I'm tormented by gnomes and I'll be your dungeon master this evening. Joining me once again are the incredibly talented cast. We've got Seltzer, Sideshow, Golden Boy, and Bren. How is everyone doing on this fine, insert name of day you are watching the VOD here, day?
I'm doing pretty good. Aside from the apocalyptic air, yeah. It's okay, I had to basically... I'm living indoors a lot more than I was, which is weird because we're living in the COVID world, but yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you've been living indoors more?
As in, I've been having to, like, when I go to the gym, because the gym's in the garage, I have to wear a mask and it cuts my workout short. And I don't like walk into the shops as much anymore.
Oh.
And at night...
You would live indoors,
Yeah, I mean, I do, but at night I would go on night walks as well, but can't really do that either.
They have a garden as well because they're fancy and they don't live in a cramped metropolis of New York City. So it is possible for you to stand outside for short periods of time without interacting with other humans.
Cynthia has basil plant and she's growing green onions right now. Sure, it's on the windowsill of our apartment. It's not an actual garden. And sure, we bought it from Whole Foods, but like whatever. Like,
I haven't heard someone say whatever with that much sass since the year 2002.
Well, then you best believe that, girl.
All right, we're supposed to be going into the future here, not the past. When we last left our heroes, there was a whole lot of lore in a very short period of time. Let's bring everyone up to speed real quick. Our heroes are looking into a mystery where a group of companies tried to take their apartment and kill them all to take their apartment. They did some investigation. They raided a corporate office. They discovered that essentially a group of companies all working together believe that a lost database belonging to Arasaka, a very powerful corporation, is hidden somewhere under their apartment. They've been digging around in the red zone for a while, and they believe that they've tracked it down. Our heroes just talked to Beetle, a local fixer, who told them his theory that the Arasaka database contains the digital ghost of Johnny Silverhand, the legendary rocker boy, head of the band Samurai, portrayed by Keanu Reeves, so on and so forth. He's made a deal that he will help them get to the bottom of this and to find it before the group of corporations does, in exchange for letting him get the ultimate in music collectibles, the actual lead singer and guitarist of Samurai. Now,
it strikes me now, actually, as you recap this, as a rather unethical deal that we made to sell this guy's soul to Beetle, just for an exchange for some unspecified help. We've agreed to just trap Johnny Silverhand's soul and mind as a little bargaining chip in this.
Don't have to go ahead with the deal.
Wow. Nah, I'm committed now.
No, but we don't have to give it to him.
No, we're going to do it.
We can just say we didn't find it.
No, we definitely will. We will.
What do you mean we'll definitely find it?
We'll definitely find it and we will trap his soul, and that's how deals go.
Oh my God. Okay.
Shouldn't get caught in something like that, should you?
Don't trust Josh.
Is it metagaming to assume...
He's the only one we can trust.
Yeah. Is it metagaming to assume that we won't find Johnny Silverhand because it would mess up the events of Cyberpunk 2077?
Well, if you've watched Cyberpunk 2077 trailers and such, and you know that our show takes place in the year 2045, you know that he is in fact the digital ghost in that show, and he's somehow attached to V, the main character. So it totally possibly could still be canon as long as we leave a nice long gap in between our game.
Could end up from one place to the other.
These ghosts go hand to hand.
All right, so you're in the diner, Kana. You all received a little bit more experience points, so you have the ability to level up your skills and abilities as you so choose. And what would you like to do? You also know that Beetle has Rex at a nearby location, the fixer who is in charge of your neighborhood, who sent you a mysterious text message, sorry, to Jim, and is assumed to have sold you out. You also have data files linking you to 3 main leads, in addition to a bunch of other information. There is a mobster named Vodyanov. He's been helping with construction equipment. You mentioned that you were going to look for ground-penetrating radar. Vodyanov is the one who's been selling it to WorldSat and the other corporations involved in the conspiracy. If you can find him, he's likely to have a lead on where to get that kind of equipment, so you can look underneath your apartment and see if there are, in fact, secret tunnels down there. You also had information on someone called Double or Nothing, who's a solo who's been operating in the red zone and impoverished combat areas, protecting local citizens, fighting it back against booster gangs and combat gangs, and has been raiding the dig sites of previous locations where the conspiracy has been digging for the Arasaka database. That is somebody you've considered reaching out and talking to. Also have contact information for someone called Babylon. She is the leader of the Red Chrome Legion, a neo-fascist combat gang operating in the Red Zone that has been working for the conspiracy, providing them muscle. There's been a couple, again, your apartment was not the first location. There's been a couple of other sites that had to be cleared out. There had to be some evictions along the way. The Red Chrome Legion was hired to take care of that. So in addition to Rex, you have those 3 primary leads. You're also still injured, could use a couple of days off to heal. What would you like to do, and do you have any questions?
It makes sense, doesn't it? That who was living in the apartment? It was Royal or Rex?
Royal. It was living in the apartment.
It makes sense they would hire Royal, because like if they hired the band of marauding raiders in the red zone, they would have had to have fought
Dealt
against
with Royal.
him. Yeah, Royal.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them to hire him for the backstab. Yeah.
Was that there's no follow up to that? You're just saying, oh yeah.
I just thought it was quite interesting. Yeah, it's like well thought out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But also, I was hoping that thought process was going to extend a little further. Maybe a couple of other deductions would be down the chain.
Okay, so here's my thought process on what we should do.
Right.
I think we should firstly heal, because I've been on half HP for 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And yeah, after that, probably. I mean, maybe you guys go visit Rex while I'm still in my tube, in my cryo tube currently, as this is all going on.
Yeah.
So I'm just chilling. I'm healing up.
Yeah. I mean, so we're in Kana right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
And one of the things we got from Miss Frizz, her data hack, was a map that had our apartment complex, some completed X'd out other locations from the corporations, and then like some not yet X'd out corporations. Do we still have access to that map?
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, look, I have no say in this, honestly, because I came in after. I don't have the problem with the guy. So, but I'll go with Rex I'll go with Jim just to make sure he doesn't get shot because he's super weak.
Yeah. Monarch. You love beating the crap out of people to find information. I know it. I can see the little cruel streak in your eyes.
Jim, you're clearly misunderstanding what I do. I'm not just gonna go. I don't know who this guy is, and I know that he had some responsibility for.
He is directly the person responsible for your brother's death,
and I understand that. I just need to know more.
You are threatening all of us with gunshots in the face for the slightest bit of disrespect, and yet I am pointing you to the person responsible for the death of your brother, and you're like,
I'm not saying
I need more info.
That I'm not going to go and shoot him in the face. But if you come at me again, I'm going to shoot you in the face. Okay? So anyway, let's just go and see this asshole.
No dealing with him, Natalie. There's no dealing with him.
I'm out in the parking lot still.
Yeah.
Let's just Jim, let's just go see this asshole and then just take care of this, please.
Okay. All right. Please don't tell him you're on the fence about his guilt. Just
No,
wait for him
I'm
to
not
open
saying
up
I'm on
about the guilt.
Oh my God, Jim. It's like you don't. Okay. One, if you want to extract information from some fool, okay, you don't just go in there and whack them. You have to take info out of them. Obviously, I'm going to take info out of him. I have my ways, but I'm also not going to blindly go in there and slaughter someone just for no reason. But what I will do is shoot you in the face because you're pissing me off. So
all
let's
right,
just
all right,
go.
all right.
Okay. thank
Natalie's
you.
like watching in the diner window as you've gone from like talking to Beetle to just like yelling at each other, and her anxiety is just more and more.
All right, come on, let's go
Can
grab
someone
Natalie.
get the
then,
girl?
Wiki.
My goodness, she's like freaking out in the parking lot. This is embarrassing.
You're making her freak out. You know, you're very aggressive, Monarch. You're very aggressive.
But you know what though? Panini was pretty good.
That wasn't bad, right?
It wasn't bad. I mean, like honestly, it was as good as it could be. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
well,
Well,
it was all right.
You should
Even
thank
with the
Natalie.
portobello?
Oh well, yeah, I did. Yeah, no, it was. I wasn't expecting the vegetarian one, but it's okay. It's good. It's fine. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate you. You will not be shot in the face today. Jim, on the other hand, you keep testing me, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go at it.
I
But
need to
right
stock up on
now,
some
I
of these
need you
paninis.
alive.
All right, come on then. We'll go around to Rex's place. I don't know. We got here via Natalie's car, did we?
And
I
a
can't
couple
remember
of
how
other
we got here.
vehicles. Natalie essentially has a tiny little smart car, and somebody else in the party had like a
Oh,
motorcycle.
I had the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
two people were clutching. Before you do that, we are going to throw to a break. I am chugging frames right now, so I'm going to see if a reboot brings it back. Stick around, chat. We will be right back.
Stick around.
Ooh, let's try the technical error slide. I haven't used that one yet. Welcome back, everybody. We have been chasing enemy netrunners out of the system. Hopefully we got the last one. There might be a hellhound or two still down there. We'll just go make Bren clean them out later on. So when we left off, you were discussing who was or was not going to get shot in the face, and you were off to go see Rex the Fixer. Am I correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, right, we were talking about transportation. So the three of you, because Jarex is still floating in the Super Saiyan tube, the three of you pile into the smart car and onto the motorcycle and drive nearby to another crappy apartment. There's a lot of those. It's, Night City's having a hard go of things recently. To another crappy apartment. And down in the basement, there is a locked door. But Beetle provided you with the key. There's a little bit of water dripping here. After the nuke went off, a lot of the city was built on fill, and the water table is still unpredictable in some areas. It seems like it's pretty close. This area is definitely damp. You wouldn't want any exposed wiring around here.
I'm gonna turn to Natalie and say, Natalie, are you sure you want to come in? We might be roughing this guy up. I know you're very corporate. I don't think this kind of stuff happens in the office all that often.
Still very jittery, but I definitely don't want to stay out here. So if it's all right, I'm gonna stick with you guys.
Fair enough. We'll only make you do the very minimum of
We'll let you take a swing
toenails
at him.
and stuff.
I think testicles. I think we're thinking testicles. You fine? How's your comfort level with testicles, Natalie?
That's very generous of you, Leon. Thank you.
Fine. I'm not talking about I'm saying kick. You understand what I'm saying though, right? Like punch.
I know Krav Maga. Natalie does a little one of
I respect that. All right, I like that little crowd. I tried karate one time, but then I shot the sensei in the face. Anyway, all right, let's go inside, guys.
If it wasn't for the fact that you learned a totally different martial art, I would be like, and immediately your two backstories are connected. You never found out what happened to your Krav Maga sensei, but it might have involved caliber in the facial region. All right. You open the door with the key provided to you by Beetle into a sub-basement. It is dark. The only light is the little light that slivers through the door behind you into the chamber before you. The bottom of this room is flooded. There's a staircase that goes down. You'd estimate there's maybe 2 feet of water down there. A chair hangs from the ceiling, tied up with audio cables and wires and just junk, hangs from the ceiling. And tied to the chair with a swollen eye and a poorly splinted leg is Rex, the fixer. He's a little older than you, Jim. He's got simple, mousy brown hair. Nose has been broken a few times. Sunken eyes. The face of a man who drinks a lot, has drunk a lot, has been in a lot of fights over his days. Slightly greasy skin. He's not wearing his normal clothes. He's just got on a sleeveless undershirt and his pants. His hands are tied behind him on the chair, which sort of swings a little bit. And stuck to the bottom of the chair is a car battery with both of its electrodes pointed downwards towards the water.
So he's suspended how far above the water right now?
3 feet.
Okay. And the water is there are drips into this. We can assume that the water is rising over time.
That's probably stable. It's less that this is a death trap and more that this is a you try anything and you fry situation.
Right. Okay.
And where are we in relation to this? Like, are we in the water, or when we
No,
open
you
the
just
door,
opened the door. You're all three of you, Scooby-Dooing. You're looking into this sub basement.
And it's down the stairs. We're at the top of the stairs, and it's downstairs, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. It's not a full staircase. It's just like a half staircase.
Sure. I'm gonna pop down to the stair at which the water level is. I don't really want to get into the water. I'm gonna peek my head kind of underneath the ceiling so that I can make some level of eye contact with Rex. Oh, is the chair? Is he facing us? Or does he have his back to us?
You can tell it sort of spins and rotates. Not like, it's been installed on a turnstile, but it's just sort of dangling there
like
unevenly.
The absolutely terrible joke at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok where the guy's just spinning around.
But the joke has gone on a little bit too long and the momentum's mostly gone, so it's a really slow roll at this point.
I mean, the joke went on too long in the film as well.
It really did. It really did.
It's great.
I'm gonna kind of poke my head down and say to Rex, "Wow, Rex, you used to be better than this, man. Getting caught out by Beetle."
Oh, fuck. Is that you, Jim?
You're damn right it is, man. What the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking? Look at you trussed up like this.
I'm sorry, Jim. As he turns to try to get a better look, it sets the thing moving just a little bit. I always liked you. Never wanted to do you like that.
Yeah, well, thankfully you didn't. We're a little better than just a single. I hate the disrespect of only sending a single person, to be honest, Rex. Yeah, we're not that inept.
I didn't send him. You
didn't send him.
Nope.
You just got a shit ton of money to look the other way, eh?
Nope.
Well, what then? You want me to cut you down? You gonna tell your side of the story? I can't promise the electrodes won't zap you to death on the way, though.
God, that'd be a fucking way to go, wouldn't it? Electrocuted off of some shitty car that was gutted in the back street in somebody else's goddamn basement. Ugh.
No, what would be a shitty way to go is if I rip out your toenails and actually extract your testicles one by one, and then only then I will maybe allow you to die. That's actually a shitty way to go. So you can either tell us what we need to know right now, or I proceed with what I just laid out. So
Natalie slaps you on the arm and says, "I thought you said those were mine."
Oh yeah. You're right,
Rex.
Natalie, you're right. The balls are hers.
Rex, this is Monarch. This is Oro's twin. I don't even know whether you know, but Oro was the only casualty in your hit, or the hit, on our building. You've been trussed up since then. I don't know how much info you even realize. I don't know whether you realize how badly that entire plan went wrong.
No, that music punk hipster looking bastard just got me 12 hours ago. I don't know.
Well, Monarch here ain't too happy that his little brother snuffed it in the hit on the building. And I've tried to pull him off. I've tried to tell him not to shoot you in the face. He loves shooting people in the face, Rex. Sure. I said, me and Rex are buddies. We go back. This was a mistake. You know, he's got some weaknesses of character. He's just a little too greedy, and he's agreed to only rip off parts of your body until we know the full story. I think that's, at least you can be grateful for that.
You always knew how to pick him. He tries to get a good look at Monarch. Shit, it really looks exactly like the bastard.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hated the little asshole. But you know what, though? I hate you even more right now. Mostly because, well, I kind of want to rip your toes off and I want to shoot you in the face. So that, and I'm building up. I'm building up right now, dude. I'm building up.
Now, as Leon's getting more aggressive and I guess building up, Natalie's starting to realize that we are down a flimsy set of stairs in a basement. And obviously someone put Rex in this situation. He didn't quite get there himself. So I'm just going to mention that, guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to hang out at the top of the stairs and just keep an eye out. I'm getting a little creeped out being down here.
Fair enough. Makes
and
sense.
I'd like to keep watch.
We'll tell you when the
balls
are bad.
Yeah, I'll call you when the balls are up.
Thanks, Leon. Tap my bicep and head up the stairs.
Oh. All right, just save it. Just save it. It's fine. Just don't need any of that.
Don't need any of what?
Any of it, man. The toes, the testicles, the shocking. Just fucking save it all.
See, because where I'm standing right now, okay, I have the ability to save it. You know what I mean? You see how this is working out right now? I don't see how you dangling up on this little string thingy here that honestly looks like it's going to fall any second and you about to get electrocuted. I fail to see how you can tell me to save it unless you have something for me. Do you have something for me?
Yeah. Look, it was royal. There's some, I thought, what's the one thing you don't do in this business, Jim? The one thing you never, ever, ever do in this business.
God, there's so many things. So many things. I mean, I can think of hundreds of things that we never do in this business, honestly. This might be why you're trussed up if you only think there's one thing you shouldn't do. What's the one thing that you shouldn't do, Rex?
I let someone in. I trusted Royal. I worked with him long enough. I thought he had my back.
Really? So you're gonna tell me that you're the poor little victim of this, are you? You're just betrayed and backstabbed by a person you trust. Oh, I've never experienced that. No idea what that sounds like, Rex.
What a darn shame. My goodness.
How odd, Monarch. How odd.
What a startling discovery that you just had here when you found out that the guy that you trusted turned on you. Man, that's crazy.
God, we should cut him down, Monarch. We should cut him down right now. The poor man has been betrayed. We should cut him down and save him.
For fuck's sake.
Humanity.
For fuck's sake, all right?
Thank you. Tell me something that we can actually use, you little shit.
Okay, look. Royal had some dirt on me. They crossed his palms with some money. He cashed that in. I agreed to step aside and let things take their course. I let them have it. I didn't intervene. I didn't call in any of my favors to bail you out. I backed off. I know some shit that they wanted. All right, you guys have been tangled up in something that is way bigger than our shitty little city block. I'm talking.
I quite like that city block actually.
I'm
It's a lovely little
talking
city block.
military operation groups. I'm talking federal government. I'm talking the regional alliances. I'm talking overseas corps. All right. There's a lot of money in this D6 shit. And I knew some stuff that they wanted, but I didn't tell them everything.
Okay. And you're telling me, Rex, that trust up right up here after you've been betrayed and backstabbed, almost electrocuted to death, you've been waiting just on the edge of death to tell little old Jim Fingers everything. You're just gonna spill your heart open, are you? What? Why do I not quite buy this? I don't buy it for a moment, Rex. That I feel like you were balls deep in it. And you know, we might have to cut him off just to see how deep you were.
Natalie comes trotting down the stairs again.
Not yet, Natalie. Not yet. It was a figure of speech.
Chill out, man. That lady really wants to go after your balls, buddy. Jeez.
Look, Jim, I still owe you from the last time we went out. You bought the last round.
That's true. I did.
No, I didn't forget that.
Yeah, sounds about tit for tat.
Exactly. So, there's something I haven't shared with anyone, something that they don't even know exists. I got a record of the night that the Arasaka complex blew. And I know some secrets that no one else has found out, okay? Cut me down, and I'll tell you what really happened. Where am I gonna go?
How about this?
Where am I gonna go?
Where are you gonna go? I mean, do you even know that Royal survived?
Fuck.
This guy, if we cut you down, this guy's gonna hunt you down anyway.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
don't, I'm gonna dangle here and I don't know, dehydrate, drown, electrify, pick it.
That might be a better use for you.
Hold on, Jim. I'd rather you dangle and dehydrate and die, but tell me exactly what I need to know, because here's the thing. Royal's gonna find you and kill your ass anyway. So no matter what happens here, Rex, your ass is grass, and someone is gonna smoke you. I heard that was a reference that kids said back in the day. I'm using it now, trying to sound cool and hip with the times. You kind of get my feeling here.
You're such a
Rex.
shit intimidator. This is what you're saying to him, but he
you
strung up.
get my feeling here, Rex, okay? Even though, I'm just trying to let you know that your options are severely limited right now. And I don't have time for this crap.
If you tell us what you know, and it's genuinely useful information, I'd be willing to help you out. I'd be willing to keep you alive for long enough for you to sort your differences out with Royal. But I need the information up front, and I need to know that it's good enough to bother going through with that in the first place. I ain't going to cut you down, wonder if you're going to betray me at the very next moment when the information, the cards aren't on the table. We need that info first. Otherwise, I am not setting a fucking toe in that water, and I will just watch you slowly spindle away those little threads that you're dangling on. Those audio cables, I don't know whether you know too much about audio cables, but they aren't meant for stringing up human beings.
God, if I never have to hear anything about audio cables again in my life. You know he's a talker?
Beetle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves to hear
Sings like a
himself
thrush.
talk.
Now I want to hear you sing like a thrush. Listen,
Okay.
Sing to me, Rex. Sing to me, baby. Tell me what you know.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Falsetto,
Fine.
bitch.
All right. Look. First, some context. This is bring down the government, sink Militech shit. Everybody thinks they know what happened 20 years ago. There was a fight, corporate war was winding down, viruses destroying everything, one safe database. Arasaka blows themselves up rather than let Militech have their secrets. That's what everyone says. That's what President Kress used to nationalize and take over Militech. That's what the world governments used to break the backs of the megacorps and reassert their authority. All right? It was Arasaka detonating a nuclear... That's why they can't operate inside of our borders anymore. As the story goes, they dropped a nuke. After 100 years with no nuclear warfare, they dropped a nuke, and that's what broke the corpse. There were 2 bombs, mate.
2?
Yeah.
Well, surely you'd be able to tell. Everyone would be able to tell if there was 2 bombs. The blast radius would be huge. It'd have 2 separate zones.
Yeah, well, Arasaka's never went off. Militech packed that shit in. It was a suitcase bomb sent in with the Strike Force. Johnny, Morgan Blackhand, the lot of them. Militech dropped the bomb. The whole blame it on Arasaka, ban them from our shores thing, never happened.
Militech blew up the Arasaka database.
Mm-hmm. Or at least they tried.
You're saying there was a backup, eh? This is the first I've ever heard of it.
That's what they're saying. I don't know anything about that. That's what all these D6 people want, is the offsite. I never heard anything about that. I just know that the villain, the big bad scary foreign bogeyman that we've had for all these years, it's bullshit.
And instead, you believe it was Militech that blew up the Arasaka place. I mean, that's... Why?
Denial. They wanted to take it out, break their long-standing rivals' back. They couldn't have it, nobody could. Both of the big boys didn't want anyone else playing with their toys.
Okay. And you were going to use this information, what, to take down the government? You're some kind of rebel?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm just trying to make a living. I'll tell you what.
Living with government secrets?
Yeah, sometimes, if the money's good. But this, I stumbled into this a while back, and I buried that shit because it was bad for business. There's some things where it doesn't matter what the number on it is, because eventually the number is going to be your number that they call up.
Seems like you lost that one, huh?
Well, Royal doesn't know what I know, but he knew I knew something. He sold me out.
Okay. And so what if Militech did this? I mean, none of us are big enough, powerful enough to be able to hold them to account anyway. They've firmly, well and truly gotten away with it. What? Even if this information came out, no one would believe it. They'd just suppress it anyway.
There's always a buyer somewhere. Doesn't have to be your neck sticking out, mate. I mean, I'd stay the hell away from this if at all possible. But now that they're coming in, now that people are digging around in the ruins, now maybe it's the ace card. All I know is that it's the one thing I've got left, and now it's yours. Everything else is burned.
Appreciate that. I'm gonna whisper to Monarch. You want to see whether you can get anything else out of him? Rip some toenails? Natalie is desperate to take this guy's testicles.
Natalie from upstairs, like, is it my turn?
Not quite yet, darling. Not quite yet.
You know, and I'm gonna whisper back to Jim. I kind of want to see what Natalie does with the testicles. I'm being honest with you. So,
I mean, we'd have to get him down first. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Or I could just shoot him and we move on. I mean, the guy did kind of kill my brother.
It's up to you, mate. I'm willing to live and let live. That's, people backstab all the time in my business. At the end of the day, the guy got punished for it. He's probably not going to do it again because he's been taken down a notch. But it's your brother, isn't it? Not mine. So do what you feel is best.
Fuck it. I'm going to shoot him.
Do you shoot him in the face?
Is the hit gonna happen? Is it gonna add to the legend? That's
mean,
what I want to know.
this is. I'll make you roll for damage, but just so you can see some really big numbers. You're not gonna have to roll to hit.
I like that.
What gun are you using?
Let's see. Hold on, I gotta pull up my character sheet real fast. How likely would it be to shoot him in the testicles first, and then how likely would it be to bring Natalie down to have her shoot in the testicles, and then I shoot him in the face just for the
Ooh,
just
would
for
that
the
be
shits and the
handgun
gigs.
training?
It would
Would
be
I get
handgun training.
Brutal.
I
Wow,
actually
this
think
is-
this would be fantastic. So, hey, Natalie, come down here. I got a thing for you.
I'd trot right down there.
All right, here's the deal, Nat. So you see that son of a bitch over there? Not a fan of him at all, but we got what we needed. Kind of useless. Rex, sorry, bud. I gotta have some kind of fun here. So Natalie.
Wait, hold on. I got hidden money. I got cash.
Oh, cool. Where's that at?
Yeah, now we're negotiating. Cut me the fuck down and get me out of here.
Oh, no. I'm good. I'm just so you are aware, you're going to tell me where the money is, and then I'm just going to kill you. You understand that, right? Like, no matter what happens here, bud, you ain't getting out.
Jim, talk some sense into this guy.
This guy just had his brother murdered. I can't talk sense into him unless you can hand deliver him royal on a plate. The guy who literally murdered his brother. You're the next best thing. I have no beef with you. Like, I have no personal beef with you.
The
but
man's
this
got
guy,
a point.
this guy's a mental solo bastard. He's got a gun.
Look,
he really wants to shoot someone in the face, and you got the best looking face around.
Exactly. Your face looks great.
The info's all good, Rex. The info's all good, but unless you can hand deliver royal, that's the only way out of it. I see.
Here's the kicker here, buddy. Just so you know, I'm not even gonna shoot first. That's the crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? This nice innocent girl wants to shoot you in the dick. You understand that? That's crazy, bro. So either you give us something, or this sweet innocent thing is gonna bust the cap right into your ass.
I can get you royal.
You can get us royal, really?
Yeah.
How would you go about doing that?
If I tell you, you're gonna shoot me she's gonna shoot me in the testicles, and then you're gonna shoot me in the face.
All right. I'll tell you what. No matter what happens here, my friend, can we be friends right now? I think we could be friends. I think we could level out and be chill. All right. So I'm gonna calm the crazy white girl down right now. Okay, she's gonna chill out. Now I can't control her though. You understand that? I can't control her. I'm holding her back right now. She's crazy. Pero, check it out though. No matter what happens, you're walking out of here with a bullet wound. But here's the deal. I can make it a shoulder. I can make it a hand. I can make it a leg, perhaps. Maybe even go for the knee. I don't know. But it depends on how good the information is. I can make it not as bad. You understand what I'm saying, Papa? So why don't you go ahead and tell me what I need to know, or else you're getting shot in your nuts right in the gazebos, and then I'll shoot you in the face. Your move.
Okay. Hear me out. We're gonna give him what he wants.
What's that?
What he thinks is underneath your apartment.
You're gonna use
You
the
guys
most.
hear that?
The clowns.
The clowns. They're just
fucking clowns showing
Natalie
up
rolled
again, yo.
perception.
Go ahead and roll it.
Bring it on, bitch. All right.
Natalie rolled a 24.
Oh, Jesus.
He looks disappointed.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude.
God.
No, you're good.
Yo, I was ready to go to war again. You have no idea, man. I was ready to freaking fight these clowns, dude.
Oh, they'll be back. We haven't seen the last of the clown gang.
Sure we haven't.
No, but give him what he wants. I know how to get a hold of him. I know how to contact him. As far as he knows, we haven't had this conversation. We get him a layup. We get him where he can go underneath your house. We make him think it's all set up, and then you ice him.
I'm gonna turn to Monarch. I like it. He's the one guy that we don't want just hanging around. Rex can't do anything on his own. Royal can fuck things up on his own, especially if he partners with like the Red Chrome Legion or something. You're looking at a nasty situation there. We should really try and deal with Royal. I think this is a good idea. But again, your brother.
Natalie pops up between the two of you. Is like, I was upstairs. Royal wasn't the one that tied him up over here, was he?
No, that was Beetle.
Look at all the audio shit. It's that little crap head.
God, that guy's creepy.
Yeah, like who does this? You know, like who does with the audio files and stuff? With the audio, it's crazy. Anyway, moving. You know what? I'm gonna whisper to Jim. All right. You okay with a shoulder? You okay with
like a shoulder of pork? You want to serve it slow cooked? What do you
give him a little hole right in the left? What's his primary hand? Do you know what his primary hand is? What does he use for the? What does he use?
He normally drinks with his left.
He drinks with his left. That's what he uses for his activities. You know what I'm saying? And I do like a motion. You know,
shaking the can of beer.
Sure, let's go with shaking the can of beer. What? He's a lefty. He's a lefty.
I don't know how he shakes the can of beer. I don't know what you think that our relationship was, but it wasn't that.
Hey Rex, quick question, buddy. What do you usually shake a can of beer, let's say, or like I don't know.
Who shakes a can of beer?
I don't know. What do you use? What do you use to write with, buddy? I'm just curious.
He spits out some blood into the water at his feet. You see a retort, like this contortion come over his face as he comes up with a really good zinger, really good comeback, and then he chokes it down, just grits left.
Left? All right, Josh, shoot the right. Great. Okay, so there we go. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and grab his little asshole, but not before. And then just saying this out loud, I'm going to then cut him down. And then, well, first hold on a second. Wait a minute. Back to Monarch. Hey, Jim, quick question. If we do cut this asshole down, what are we supposed to do about this battery stuff?
That was an issue that we didn't really think of. I mean, it's not like we can get rid of the water, so we've got to kind of hold him up as we cut him down, I think. It's a bit of a 2-3 man job.
Dumb are you all? Says the ghost of Jirax, who's not really a ghost.
Is there any? Can I check to see if there's anything around the room, like maybe to?
Do you want
How deep is the water?
2 feet. It's 2 feet deep.
2 feet deep?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay, I was gonna say, I mean, if you've got any rubber soles, you'd be fine.
No, it's 2 feet of water. No. If we drop we've got to get the car battery off him first and throw that up the stairs. Just be really careful with it.
Who's got a car?
You don't have to put the battery in the car in order to get rid of it.
I've never really cut a car battery, so I don't really know. I just let people drive me around places. So I don't have a driver's license.
Natalie has a car. I've got a motorcycle. I mean, they've got batteries in them. I understand what a battery is.
I'm not gonna send the poor girl to cut the battery. I'll just cut the fucking thing. So I'm gonna make my way down. And everyone else, but we have to cut this car battery out first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I hesitate for a moment as I go in and I step back out because I don't fully go in. I look like I'm about to go in, and then I say, "But Jim, wouldn't it just be easier for us to just shoot this motherfucker right now and set up something like what? Like at some point we have to ask ourselves, this is crazy. This guy is surrounded. Clearly, someone did not want him to get out of here.
Yeah, Beetle. We just talked to Beetle. We got permission to go and...
Okay, then. So why don't we call Beetle and have his bitch ass come in and take him out? How about that?
Natalie would like to look around for like a drain on the floor, like all this water. Hopefully, there's a. Is there anything like
This is
where the water might have come from, or?
No, it's seeping in through the walls. This is the sub basement, and like I said, the water table shifted, so
It's just like kind of flooded.
I'm not in a habit of ringing Beetle. He's already done favors for us. I don't want to have to owe Beetle a favor just because I can't be fucked to get a car battery. Listen, Monarch, if you don't want to deal with the car battery, I'll go and do it myself.
You know what? Works for me. Go on ahead.
God damn it. All right, I'm going to wade angrily into the water towards him.
Okay.
But I'm not going to get within reach of him because I'm also concerned that although Rex is giving it the talk, I know that the guy's also a bit of a crafty bugger. And so if he tries to swing around and get me with the car battery, I'm also in the water. That would be a horrible way to die, is by some guy that's strung up, zapping me with a battery that's glued to his feet. So
Natalie,
I'm going to look for some kind of
that gun?
stick thing, like a stick or a drain pipe, something to prod him from long distance.
Well, if there is something, it's under 2 feet of water.
I'm fishing around in the water.
The
Okay.
stairs
Already
coming
wet.
down didn't have like a railing or anything, did they?
There's a railing. It's currently attached to the wall, not very strongly. Someone with a cybernetic arm could definitely remove it.
Well, first Natalie's gonna take a couple weak like ha-cha at it instead of asking for help.
Roll martial arts. Why not?
Go for it, Nat. Believe in you. Believe in you, Nat.
15.
15? Yep, there we go. All right. Yeah, no, that's fine. You wacha, and it breaks off. You've now removed the railing. I will point out the railing is metal.
Yeah, exactly not what we were after, actually, Natalie. But thank
Natalie,
you.
I don't think that I don't think that worked. I mean, one though, I just want to say, Natalie, I'm very impressed with what you just accomplished. Kudos to you.
Natalie
Seriously.
just like as you're talking, just takes off her jacket and like wraps it around the end of the pole, and then I don't know what I'd have that would be rubber, really, but I'm not touching metal. Then I'm gonna flip it around and try and like hand it out to Jim and be like, meh?
There's really no wooden shit in this basement. Like, Natalie, I appreciate your metal pole wrapped with a jacket, but there's got to be a less insulating. There's got to be a more insulated thing in this basement, isn't there?
Roll perception, Jim.
Perception. Where is it? There it is. 17.
You found a broken plastic mop handle. It's about 2/3 of the normal distance. It was soaked. It was floating in the nasty, scummy water. So it's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but it is not conductive. It is pretty flimsy, though.
Okay. All right, good.
Like,
So
give me back my jacket then.
I'm gonna hand Natalie back her jacket. I appreciate you. Thank you. You can use that to fish my body out if it goes wrong, I suppose.
We got you, buddy.
Natalie keeps it. She's got a pole now.
Monarch, do you have a knife?
I believe. Well, I don't have one in my inventory. Wait.
It's safe to say you have a knife, dude. It's
Yeah, I would imagine I would have a knife.
You're the goddamn monarch. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a knife right here. Take it out, do some flippy shit, give it to him. All right. What do you? By the way,
Well, if you want a knife that can
do.
do flippy shit, you're gonna have to pay for that. The flippy shit costs extra. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
It's just a cool ass knife. I got the fingers. You know what I mean? I'm talented that way.
Fingers.
Yeah, I give you the knife. Hey, by the way, Jim, just to let you know, you lose that knife. What am I do?
Shoot me. Oh, God damn it. Where was it?
Natalie's
Shoot
doing
me.
Don't pan to me right now. And actually, let me stop you right there. Shoot him in the dick. Anyway, go on. Keep going. Come on, man.
Okay. I'm gonna, as I get closer to Rex, I'm gonna kind of prod him with the plastic pole until he's facing away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep kind of holding him steady as I approach. Look, and I'm watching for any sudden movements.
Okay.
Is he trying to move right now? Is
Nope,
he trying to move?
he's sitting real still. I will tell you, if you think about the physics of this thing, having only one thing to poke him with is pretty unstable. He's pretty wobbly.
Yeah, but I'm very talented at prodding people with one thing while they're on a suspended chair. So I'm gonna approach and I'm gonna grab hold with my hand of the chair itself. the
Okay.
chair leg. So now I've
Mhm.
got 2 points of contact.
All right.
Oh,
Slosh, 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 slosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna
How
ask
about-
Modok to come and help me. Modok,
Yeah,
come and help me
yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Dude,
I don't have enough
honestly,
hands for this.
This is the saddest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I swear to God, Rex, if you do anything, if you move even an inch, I swear to God, I'm going to take out my handgun and I'm going to shoot you in the testicles so hard. But here's the thing. You may not think that it's going to be the whole thing. I'm going to shoot you on the right one. I'm going to leave one of them available for me when I have to use it in the future. That's basically where I need you to be right now. You understand, Rex?
What are you gonna use it for, Natalie? Natalie also has
Wow.
pulled out her phone and is recording and is asking the question for the benefit of the future audience.
The
Natalie,
spirit
don't
of
worry.
Oro lives on.
You got the left one. You got the left one. Don't worry about it. All right, here we go. Let's go inside. So I slosh my way
Slosh,
into
slosh,
the
slosh,
water,
slosh.
make
Okay.
my way over. All right, what are we doing here?
You hold the battery from the plastic part. Hold the plastic part of the battery.
All right, great. Here I am holding the plastic part of the battery.
And I'm gonna
Now, I want to point out the battery, the electrodes are pointed down, and a piece of wire has been tied between the two of them. Not quite shorting it out, but pretty close. So you have to hold it from the sides. The whole bottom is bad business.
All right, well, I'm gonna use the little metal pole.
Mhm.
Not the metal pole, sorry, the plastic pole.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna smack that middle metal bit so that it's not attached anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and knock it off, so that at least it's only on like one of the electrodes, so that
Yeah.
it's not.
No, that's
forming.
fair. That's fair.
Sweet.
We'll call that done.
And then I'm gonna use my knife to try and snip through.
So is it disconnected?
Well,
is
I'm
the
using
bit-
the knife to try and saw
Yeah,
through
he's
it.
in the process of using the knife to saw through it. Yeah, and if you're holding
one hand
onto
on the
it,
chair leg and one hand on the thing.
I can't think of a reasonable way to make you have to make some sort of a roll not to get electrocuted at this point if he's got the thing in his hands.
Damn right, son. We thought of everything. Let's go. Let's get this bitch.
All right.
Get out of here.
You now have the car battery in your hands. The duct tape has been removed.
Right, now please do not drop this as you go back over to the stairs. That's the only thing I ask of you, Monarch.
Yeah, sure. That seems easy enough. No, I'm not going to say that seems easy enough. I'm instead going to say, yeah, I got it. And then I'm going to slosh my way over, and there's nothing that will slip me, and I will make my way over to the platform and put the battery down. That's that.
Here I am with my list of like, okay, if they say this, fry them. If they do this, fry them. If they don't think of this, fry
I
them.
hold the battery up high with safety, a slow walk because I'm not an idiot, and I make my way over to the platform and I put the battery outside of the room.
Roll for low-hanging pipes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Natalie watches with disappointment akin to the DMs as he successfully navigates the water and then just kind of ends the recording and puts away her phone. Oh.
I'll never be on season 60 of Jackass. All right. The car battery has been safely removed from the sloshy basement. Rex is still hanging, dangling there from all the coax and so on and so forth.
I'm just going to make sure that all of the so on and so forth is not any live electrical cables as well, so that I don't get electrocuted when I slice through them.
Mm-hmm.
These are just cables they're not attached to any infrastructure. They're just normal cables.
Well, you...
This motherfucker, I swear to God.
We'll call that electronics and security tech because it was either that or
Okay.
basic tech. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh, a 29 natty,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, there
Give
was...
it to me, baby.
Yeah, so as you're moving things along, there's like, wait a minute, there's one little bit of live current. And you notice that tucked under where his arms are tied together, coiled up inside of the rope, is a string of additional batteries, all wired together as a failsafe.
What the?
What the love of God is going on here?
It's
So the string of batteries are where? Tied onto the chair.
But he has to go into the water in order for that to
Right, yeah, it's just if he goes into the water, it goes off.
Can we just remove the tie from his hands,
Mhm.
and then he's
Yeah.
well, I don't want to.
Like carry him out?
Well, now that you know about it, you're fine. It's very easy to dismantle. It's just hidden inside the thick coils of cable that were used.
Yeah.
Now that you've found it, it's easy to get rid of.
I would like to dismantle it, but my aim is still to drop him plus the chair into the water. I want to get rid of the live electrical current, but I don't want to free him, basically. I still want him to be tied in the chair as he drops. I just want to get rid of all of the live electrical shit.
All right, hold on one sec.
The best.
Okay, so he's like, it's not a gamer chair. He's like up to his knees as it splashes down, gets nasty sloshing water all over the place. But it's not like he's gonna, and then he falls over and starts. No, he's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up and kind of drag him by the chair up the stairs. You know, in that way where you drag like something up the stairs and it just goes boom, 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 boom. That's the method by which we're dragging him up the stairs.
All right.
And I'm gonna kind of dump him, still attached to the chair at the top,
just lying, staring up at the ceiling.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna slap him a couple of times on the cheek and ask him if he's doing all right.
He winces each time. Clearly, he's he's got a black eye and some other injuries. Yep, never better.
Good stuff. Good boy, Rex. Good boy. Well, you'll still be good for drinks in a couple of weeks once all of this blows over, I'm sure. We can go to one of Royal's lovely poker parties. Oh, wait.
So I come back in. So where is he right now? He's in the water.
He went from the sub basement, which was flooded, to the basement, which is not flooded. It's just messy as hell and abandoned. And he's dripping water tied to the chair on his back.
On his back.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. Hey, Natalie.
Yeah.
Come here for a moment. Oh, this is great. I'm really excited for you, Natalie. Rex, here's the deal. The deal was this, and thank you so much for your cooperation throughout this entire process. But as you know, you can't leave this place without a hole. So Natalie's gonna do that for you. But Nat, before you get too ahead of yourself, relax. You're not gonna shoot him in the dick quite yet. It's okay though. But you know what? I'm gonna help you out here. You want to go right for the shoulder. You want to go right for the part where there, make sure there's no like non-vitals and stuff like that. You just want to really, just aim it down and just shoot right there. Is that good, Rex? You okay with that, buddy?
Natalie takes out her handgun and lines it up like roughly where Monarch was pointing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks in his face. This goes, nah, I'm bored now, and puts the gun away. He seems pretty beat up, guys. Just let's get what we need and get away from him.
He does not relax. He does not relax. He kind of goes.
Natalie like kicks. He's like laying back like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
She like kind of kicks the seat of the chair from the other direction just to keep him on his.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal, guys, and I think we all can come to this agreement together as a makeshift family that, unfortunately, as Rex has to exit this facility, he kind of has to have a shot in his body somewhere. I have to just put a bullet in there. You guys understand this, correct? But Jim, you get it, right?
No, but you operate on your own weird set of rules, to be honest, Monarch.
That's true. I do. And I like that. Natalie, though, you support me in my insanity because I was going to let you shoot the guy in the dick. Remember, you were excited about that.
You were, and it was generous. I mean, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Well, that's great. Blood for blood, as I always say.
More work for Jerax.
I'm going to go ahead and take my handgun out, shoot him in the shoulder, as we agreed upon.
1, roll for damage on your handgun, and 2, as you level it on him, he mutters through his teeth, I thought Oro talked too fucking much.
Oh, well, isn't that a damn shame? So roll for heavy pistol, very heavy pistol.
Yep.
Just roll for damage. Oof. Look at that.
Okay. 2 6s.
Oh
my God.
6s.
You've fucking blown his head off by accident or something, haven't you?
Roll to, actually, you were aiming at his shoulder, right?
Yeah, I was not aiming at a lethal. I was aiming at his shoulder.
So
I mean, there's still a lung there.
Yeah, roll 2d6. Roll. Your lungs are not up here. Like your lungs are
No, your lungs extend really high up your body. If you're shooting at the shoulder, you have a decent chance of clipping a lung, or at least clipping a bone that could.
Look, I
go
never
into a
even
lung.
went to medical school, so I'm inclined not to give you crap for this. I'll let it
I
ride.
wanted to go to a non-lethal area. That's what I said. In a
Yeah,
non-lethal.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
There it is. 5. Look at that.
5. Okay, you broke a rib.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was gonna, if it was something like, destroyed spleen or whatever, I might have had some. There were some options here I was gonna override. Yeah.
Great. So he broke a rib. Fantastic. All right, and he's beaten up. He's damaged.
He also
can't
takes an
run at
additional
someone.
5 points of damage. He is Is he critically injured? One sec.
He's just dead.
Jax is like, and then he dies, and then I can play the game again. Thank you, Rex. Bye, Rex.
I told you guys I was going to shoot him. I have to be a man. If I'm not a man of my word, what really am I?
All right. He is critically injured, but not mortally injured.
That's all I need. Can he walk?
Very slowly.
Fantastic. Jim, he's your friend. Go ahead and grab him. Let's just make this trip, and let's start setting this thing up.
He can only move 4 meters, 2 squares a turn without taking additional damage.
You've shot him, and we have no way of transporting him back
Well, we have the car.
with us.
Why do we have
Smart
to
car.
transport him? He just has to make a couple phone calls, right?
He's got a bullet wound in him. He's gonna bleed out if you just leave him on the floor strapped to a chair.
Listen, we have drastically improved his situation.
True.
I agree.
True. Not gonna lie.
Drastically.
Oh, quit your whining, you little punk ass.
Listen,
It was just a scratch.
if I put Monarch on the back of my motorcycle, can you shove him in the boot, in the trunk? Can we take him in your trunk back to Jerax and just throw him in a tank for a while?
I don't want him bleeding all over the upholstery. Can you hold on top? I'll drive you then.
Can I what?
Hold on top.
Hold on to the top of your car.
Strap him to the top
You
of the car.
can fit 2 people in the smart car. It's a tight squeeze, but it's
So watch
doable.
him inside the smart car. He's
Listen,
dirty.
I'll leave it to you, Natalie. Me and Monarch are taking the motorcycle. Fit him in the car or on the car or whatever you can do with him.
Why didn't you take him on the motorcycle, Monarch? You made him all bloody.
I mean, it's a good point, but here's the thing. Some bitch could fall off the motorcycle. So I think it's a much safer situation to just put him in the back. Look,
If you put him in front of
Natalie.
you, you wrap your arms around him.
Natalie, hear me out here. Okay? When this is all done, you are going to get to shoot him in the testicle.
I don't
It's
even
going to be such a satisfying feeling for you. I've done it a few times, and let me tell you, it is great. All right?
Is he just like lying there on the floor as you have this conversation?
Still tied to the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he makes the phone calls, I'll put him in the car. But I don't want him dying on the way there, and then I got to make a U-turn and head back out to the outer ring before I get back to the apartment. It would be just so good if you would just wrap up everything you have to do for us while we can supervise you. And while the guy with the gun is there. I'm actually concerned about being in the car with him, by the way. This is a new thing I'm bringing up, Monarch. I think you should definitely take him.
Well, no, Natalie, you bring up a fantastic point. Hey, Rex, are you down to make a phone call right now? It seems like this is the perfect time to go ahead and hatch our nefarious plan to catch the son of a bitch that killed my brother. So, what do you say?
Oh,
I'm gonna give him
yeah,
a nice little
sure.
smile.
You all patched up and good for a fight? You done some digging under your apartment? Yeah, no, this is a great time for all of that shit.
I don't like your sarcasm. And
Well-
given the situation that we currently find ourselves in here.
It's my
I'd rather
normal
you be
trauma
up-
response.
Oh, your normal trauma response. Wow, that's a big word. I don't even know what trauma means. Anyway,
Got a lot of cables tied to him, right?
Yeah, he's still tied up.
And the top of the car is, I mean, definitely like above word question, out of the question.
I'm
just imagining
sounds like a
this-
right
this
now.
little,
but I
like-
want to be alone with the man.
This little
You think that-
commuter car, cruising through the streets of this city with this guy tied to the top like, Mad Max with the jaw and the whole works.
It's an excellent point. Does he play guitar?
Does the car not have a trunk?
Have you ever seen one of those smart cars? Like it looks
yeah, it's one
like
of
a
those.
Fisher Price
Okay.
vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this, Natalie? Let's do this. How about I drive the smart car? Okay. I played one of
Natalie
those
says
games.
deal and grabs your keys and throws you the car keys.
Great. I'll drive the car,
Imagine-
and if he decides to do anything crazy, I'll go ahead and I'll shoot him, and then we'll just figure out where we go from there. It's not
Sure,
really a
good
big
luck.
deal. Honestly, we
Okay.
don't need the asshole. We're good. We're just
I'm
gonna go
on the
and-
motorcycle.
It's my motorcycle. I wouldn't have given you the keys just because he's driving yours. It's my baby.
All right. So then let's
Natalie,
do that.
I don't know what kind of deal you think you made with Monarch. You're definitely riding in the back. You are not
Natalie
driving
swings
this
the motorcycle forward like 2 feet.
Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna walk forward.
Time's wasted.
Oh my god.
So we want to transport him to the car. I will put him inside of the seat, gun hoisted to my side, and I will drive out into the red sky sunset, aka Los Angeles.
Yeah, and we'll head back to the apartment.
All right. It is comical how much of a better driver Natalie is than Jim Fingers. Like, outrageously better. Okay. The lot of you head back to the apartment where Jerax is still in stasis. And you are on site. You can take... now, Natalie, you have work tomorrow. But otherwise, the party can take a day's rest if you want. Natalie, are you injured at all?
No.
Nice.
I don't believe so.
Well, you can either call in sick, although you're like rank 2 corporate, which means sick time.
Yeah. I don't have sick time.
Yeah. You can either take a demerit and unpaid time off, or
No, I
you
don't
can.
want to accrue any suspicion. I think I should go to work as usual. I'm going to keep my ear to the ground and see what I can find out about any disturbances that might have happened over at any other buildings, at any other companies. And yeah, just generally do my best, as I always do. Besides, they depend on me. I'm not going to strand my company.
Yeah,
Love my-
absolutely. Hail corporate. All right. So, what are the other 3 of you doing?
For starters, we need to dump Rex in a tank. Is Jerax in
In
the
a
tank when we
tank?
return?
How many fucking tanks do you think I have?
3. You have
3.
3 tanks.
I believe you have 3.
Why am I using one for Rex?
Are you in the tank at this
I'm
point? 'Cause
currently in a tank.
if you're in a tank, I'm just gonna put him in another tank.
Do
Are
you
you
know
a
how they
trained
work?
cryo
Are
tank
you
operator?
trained? You have no fucking idea how the tanks work. Don't touch my tanks, Jim.
I'm gonna assume you open them, you put them in, you
Uh,
close them, and you press the button.
wait,
that
before you
says-
push the button. How about we just wake up, Dr. Robotnik, and we bring him out to go ahead.
He's a
and
bit
put
of
him
a
in.
bastard with these, isn't he? He's
I-
so
I-
mean-spirited
I
with
get it.
them.
I get it, dude. I get it. But here's the deal. When he comes out of there, we're gonna tell him everything. And if he doesn't agree with it, I'm just gonna shoot him in whatever extremity I need him. Because I need this guy to be alive so I can get Royal. So
He
let-
will. I'm preempting an argument here, Monarch. I'm not saying that I am saying this, but I'm saying Jerax probably will. Jerax
yeah.
is probably going to ask you, why did you shoot the guy in the shoulder when you need him alive? And that just creates more work for him. Again, not
Hey,
my point of view, just
wait a minute.
playing devil's
Jim.
advocate here.
Jim.
Hold on.
He
Is this
doesn't know
conversation
that.
taking place outside of his tank? Because I just imagine Jerax floating as the 2 of you. Okay, sorry. Carry on. I just
Yeah.
needed that visual.
Jim, he doesn't need to know that. We can tell him after the fact. I just need him
who-
inside of the cryo tube.
Who shot him then? What's your story here?
I don't know. Maybe Beetle just shot him in a little bit of a warning shot. I don't
He's
know,
a
man.
doctor. He knows it's a fresh wound.
It could be. He was been there for 12 hours. He didn't a wound. I don't know why. Honestly, and I'm gonna be real with you. Whenever I've shot people, they usually just die. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself that he's not dead. That said, I don't think it's really a big deal. I think we're fine.
All right.
Let's
Well,
just
I'm gonna
not
let you handle this one then, and I'm gonna knock on Jerax's tank, and I'm gonna step backwards and stand at the door.
Fantastic.
All
Let me
right.
take this freaking British asshole on.
So, knocking on the tank does absolutely nothing because Jerax is completely dead to the world. Jerax, did you have your agent set up to wake you at any particular point? Like, what did you preheat this thing to 450? Did you set it to clean? Like, what was the program on this?
I mean, I'm just trying to get some rest in because I went on that bender of detaching cables and fixing things.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I suppose I don't know. I wouldn't wake up by them walking in.
Is there a
I
way
would-
for me to like alert him like at all?
No, until the system wakes him up, you can't wake him up safely.
I mean, you could
So-
just start messing with buttons, couldn't you?
Interface with the
Yes,
system.
you absolutely
We
could.
can also kill
So
him though.
the most likely thing is that either Jerax pre-programmed a set, wake me up after this long, or he had it set up so that if anybody presses the buttons, it starts the warm-up sequence. Which
Warm
would
up
it
as
have
in I'm
been?
going to get cooked alive.
No, warm-up as in you will be safely revitalized.
I would have just set my agent to kick me out when I assumed everybody got back, roughly around that time.
Okay. All right, so the voice of Jerax's agent pops up on Jim and Natalie's agents if they're present. Welcome back. I'm beginning the thawing process. It should take 2 hours. Please make yourself comfortable in the meantime. The doctor will be with you shortly.
Hmm.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna shower off that dirty basement. I'll be right back. And Natalie's gonna pop upstairs and clean up, and then
I'm
expect
gonna
to be back in 2 hours when he comes out for the download.
spend the 2 hours looking through my agent for some kind of dummy's guide to cryo tanks to see if I can figure out what I should
Okay.
be doing with Rex.
Roll a... All
Hmm.
right, well, you don't have that. Roll an intelligence check at +2. So roll
Roll an intelligence.
1d10 plus 9, because your agent is searching for information.
13.
All right. It looks like you're trying to cryogenically freeze somebody who you shot in a dirty basement. Would you like to start a letter? you look it up, and again, as somebody familiar with the medical field, you know how complex anesthesiology is?
Yeah.
More
Very
so.
complex.
More so.
Unknown.
More so than that. So you spend 2 hours, imagine how much information you could learn about safely administering anesthesia in 2 hours, and then make it more complicated than that.
So I basically know nothing at the end of it.
You did
I think I
find...
would just give up halfway through, to be honest. If it was that complex, I would just give up and I'd just start like taking some first aid bandages that we have around the place and just putting them on.
I was actually
next
going to do
to
that. I was going to do first aid on the guy,
All right.
just to kind of like tide things over,
Neither of you are proficient in paramedic, are you?
I certainly am not.
I am. I can get.
Yeah,
paramedic.
so first aid, you can stabilize people, but without ranks in paramedic, you cannot fix his broken ribs.
Who's a paramedic? What?
Jerax.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me.
okay, great.
Now, I will say, Jim, you do find one response on Yahoo Answers that gives, look, I'm pretty sure this worked for me. I took my aunt out of the tube after this, and she's fine. She's better than before, I think. You just got to follow these steps.
Okay.
And it's a quick set of steps. And one person said, well, what was wrong with your aunt beforehand? And there's no reply. And it's dated 7 years ago.
What were the steps? Because I'm interested. My curiosity's piqued.
Oh my
Right.
God.
It involves an IV bag of a special preserving solution that prevents the flesh from crystallizing, which has to be administered in certain measurements based on their biochemistry. But the person says that honestly, blood type probably doesn't matter for this, so just grab off the shelf and you should be fine. It's got instructions for that, and then you administer some knockout drugs, and then they don't really understand the sequence of buttons that they pressed. But most of it seems like it's fairly automated. If you just ignore the math, then it's just a simple, like a series. It's like a wizard. And if you just put in their weight and their age, he's pretty sure that the other stuff, you can just skip those other things that it asks you, and it should be fine. Then you put them into the tube, and then you start the flooding procedure, and just watch to make sure that they don't make any choking gestures, they don't go have any seizures, and then wait around for 5 minutes to make sure they don't turn blue. And if none of that happens, you should be okay.
How bad does Rex look? Is he gonna make it the next 2 hours?
He's gonna live. He just he's got broken ribs. He can't move at a fast pace or anything.
Right?
I'm not going to do that then. I mean, as tempting as that is, I have more respect for Jerax's equipment and Jerax as a person than to go fucking around with his stuff if it's that complicated.
But I don't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. I'm just gonna sit him down. I'm assuming did we keep the chair, or are we just putting him in a new chair?
No, you could not have transported the chair unless you got really creative.
That makes me sad. All right. Well, I'm just gonna put him in a new chair, and I'm just gonna sit there with him. You know, just look at him, just give him a few nods, be like, "You handle that like a champ, bud."
Is this for the whole 2 hours you're doing this?
Yeah, I don't really have anything to do.
Am I naked in my tube?
Are you naked in your tube?
Yes.
I think you should be naked in your tube.
I think I am.
Okay.
I'm glad
You
you
don't want to get your clothes all cryoed up, you know?
Mm-hmm. After the last couple, there are some places that sell like special, bodysuits that you can equip for this, but that's an unnecessary expense. And Jerax runs a fairly tight ship, down here in the basement of this shitty apartment. So if it's not mandatory, it's not happening. So the draining procedure starts as it moves the fluid. As the fluid thaws, it moves into the reserve tank. And then after a while, it administers electrical pulses and chemicals that awaken Jerax. So he slowly comes to. You are lying back on the support structure, the support chassis inside the tube. As you wake up, I kind of imagine it's like waking up on a really chilly morning. But also a little bit drugged out, a little bit slow. Not hungover, but when you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm still drunk. But then it clears up pretty quickly after that.
Yeah.
It might be more like when you've had a long night of drinking and then you just suddenly wake up the next morning and you're just like, holy shit, I'm awake now. And the hangover takes a while to kick in. That's about where you're at.
Okay.
And you're naked and there's like...
I'm naked and I'm looking at the Monarch cradling and stroking Rex with a bullet wound in him, covered in filth.
Cradling and stroking. He's just in a chair. He's just in a chair. I'm sitting in another chair. I'm just
and
chilling.
Jim's here.
He quickly hides what he's searching. And then you were there too, Aunt May.
What are you all doing?
Good morning, sweetheart.
Sorry? Excuse me?
You've woken up finally. The princess is out of his tube.
Princess.
Hey, you have a nice sleep while we got all the work done.
You're very chipper. When did you get last checked up on them by your doctor?
I am fucked. My organs are in pieces, mate. But I have still been doing some serious work. The information we got from Beedle and Rex, enormous. There's some mad shit going down. I mean, we have performed miracles within the last 24 hours in terms of the knowledge that we've accrued.
I'm not even going to ask questions about Rex. I'm just going to get to work straight away. I'm going to just start cutting away his t-shirt and his top, cleaning around the area and just basically removing the bullet. Of course, I'm going to give him some knockoff anesthetics so that he's
all right. Roll a paramedic check for a quick fix. So the naked man steps out of his tube. I assume grabs like a spare.
No, I'm still nude as I'm doing all of this.
That was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
Natalie's outside the room.
Oh nope. Okay, I'll come back later.
There's no time for clothes. I'm gonna just start fixing up Rex, and I'm gonna ask for you guys to relay the information as I'm fixing him.
Which I would do. I just kind of relay. Oh, actually, in front of Rex, I would only say what Rex told us. Because there's some stuff that from Beetle that I wouldn't want to repeat in front of Rex.
Does Rex have any audio cybernetics?
He does not.
Oh, I was going to turn him off.
I would tell Jerax that there's more that I don't want to discuss right now, and kind of hope that he has understood.
The information that you've obtained makes very little sense unless Jerax knows what they were looking for in the first place, or at least it has very little context.
Unless Rex, you mean?
I think Rex already alluded to that, though, didn't he? That
Jerax,
there was a backup.
No, I'm saying like, how much does Jerax know? Did Jerax catch up on everything from the last episode? Because he didn't talk to Beetle at all.
No,
No,
Jerex
I'm
doesn't
out
know
of the
anything
loop.
from Beetle. But what I'm saying is
Right.
the knowledge that they were hunting for something under our apartment is also already something that Rex knows, so I would share that. And the knowledge that it was an Arasaka backup, I think Rex kind of hinted at.
Oh no, sorry. The
Already.
person who I'm not concerned about Rex learning things. I know you're being secretive about that. I'm just questioning whether Jarex is completely lost or not, because I can't remember how much he knows because he wasn't there with to talk with Beetle.
I know that the companies are searching for something underneath our apartments. Our apartment is the next one on the list. That's why we were a hit. I think Beetle, the purpose of going to Beetle was to find out what exactly they were looking for, what it is underneath, and everything else. So I don't know that it's a database. I don't know that it's Johnny Silverhand. But yeah.
See, I wouldn't mention Johnny Silverhand, but I would mention that there's a database underneath our house, because I think that Rex already knows that, so I would share that information.
Okay, yep, that's fair. That totally makes sense.
And you know there's a database underneath our house.
I'm going to say that they think there's a database underneath our house. We don't know it, but I would explain our plans to also get some ground scanning equipment as well to double check.
Did I fix Rex, by the way?
Yeah, you did. If you take 4 hours, you can permanently fix him. You just did like the 1 minute field dressing where his broken ribs aren't bothering him as much anymore, etc.
Yeah. I'm not going to waste cryo tubes on him. I'm going to be real with you. I don't have a lot of love for Rex these days.
Fair.
Yeah, I would want to go to a separate area to learn more about what you learned from Beetle.
All right, then what is the
away from
party
Rex's ears.
going to do with Rex?
I'm gonna stay back and just watch him.
Okay.
Are you going to tell me the information, Jim
Yeah.
Fingers?
Yeah, we're going to a separate room then away from Rex.
You're
and
gonna
share it.
relay everything to me?
Yeah. Everyone else knows. There's no reason to keep anything from you. I would share everything. I mean, apart from the fact that Monarch shot Rex, because Monarch was trying to keep that under wraps. So I guess I would say that I wouldn't even talk about the bullet wound. I would just explain what happened.
You gonna
Leave
do a
out-
gunfight then?
What? When?
Oh, presumably as you've just come back.
No.
What do
No,
you mean, no?
all of us are unharmed. No, I mean, these injuries on me are from earlier, from the building, from fighting those fucking clowns.
Why is Rex shot?
Natalie keeps like dipping her head in, but then like you're still not wearing clothes, so she's like, okay. And then maybe she like closes the door and like with her back to you, like goes over and just kind of hangs out.
I didn't do anything.
What do you mean?
Never shot a gun. Today, didn't shoot a gun.
Okay, but why is Rex shot?
There was a lot of persuasion techniques required in order to extract information. Beetle had already roughed him up a lot. Who can say what was done when?
Okay. I think, yeah,
Natalie's
Jarex
very nervous that Jim is lying, but like he doesn't know.
understands. Jarex understands what's going on here. He's gonna finally put on his trousers and his clothes.
Thank you. For God's sake, thank you.
All right then, Jim. Strip down.
Excuse me?
You're getting in the tube.
Natalie's confused again.
Yeah, the tube. Very good. Monarch's a bit of a, I don't know whether he's all there in the head. So just make sure that Rex actually does set up some kind of trap for Royal, because Monarch's, I don't know what those two would cook up in a room together.
Yeah, I already know the Monarch is mentally unstable. He threatens to shoot me in the head every 5 minutes.
Yeah. I've had to dodge many bullets to the face over the course of today. So
I mean, the man cannot be trusted. I'm still not sure why he's part of this whole operation.
it's very, very useful to have people who shoot other people in the face.
I mean,
as
until
long
they
as it's not
shoot
your face.
you.
Well, I mean, it's not like rolling a dice. Most of the time, you can hopefully point them in the right direction.
Natalie's like, do you want to tell him to leave?
No, I don't think I will. Okay.
I strip off and hop in the tube.
No, it turns back around.
And under the auspices of an actually trained cryotube operator, Jim is put to sleep for, did you discuss the duration of your stay?
Presumably until he's healed, right? How much was I healed, by the way, from my tube?
You did not spend a full day in the tube. You were just trying to cool off. Okay, no, you know what? I'll give you 1 day. That's fine. You can have 1 day. You didn't spend a full 24 hours in the tube, so I'm just going to give you your body score in heal.
Okay.
A full day, 24-hour cycle in the tube gives you twice that. A full day of resting outside of the tube just gives you your body in healing.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right, so that means that Jim, he's currently at, God.
I'm currently at 16, so it'd take at least 2 days. I mean, 2 days puts me up close to full, to the point where another day is just basically irrelevant. So
yeah. All right, so
2 days.
Set the timer for 48 hours.
Yeah, 48 hours.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I mean, I've gone in the tube without remembering that I had to set up a deal for that Netrunner to get a new deck. I mean, I'll be, as soon as I get out, I need to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be the next week. So, all right. Well, gotta remember to do that at some point as soon as I wake up.
All right. As Jim prepares to take a little rest, the other two of you are fine. You don't need heals. You've chosen not to put Rex in the tube. So as he goes down and shuts his eyes, so too shall we take a, let's say, a 5-minute break.
Nice.
All right.
Sounds good.
We'll be back in 5 minutes, chat.